Welcome back everybody to another daily analysis video on Ethereum. So starting off on the 4-hour chart, yesterday we spoke about this drawn liquidity, the Sunday low. I did expect, since Asia had expanded, for London to consolidate and for New York to then continue lower to take out these targets. But the manipulation yesterday was pretty wild. And at the time when I saw this move, when I checked on the charts a little late in the day, I saw that these highs had been taken out. And at first I thought, wow, that must be some incredible manipulation. However, when you go to the CME futures chart, all is explained. Firstly, there were those relative highs left behind on Bitcoin. However, on the CME futures chart, there was also these relative highs left on Ethereum. In addition to the fact that there was no need for sell-side liquidity to be swept in the London session or even New York to then take out these highs. The reason being is because you were inside of the CME futures gap, the new week opening gap. So this is, look, anybody who was looking for a reversal of this level probably wouldn't have caught it, because at least from my model, we would have needed a sweep of liquidity on Ethereum, or at least on Bitcoin. So let's go have a look quickly at the CME futures charts on Bitcoin to see if we did in fact get a sweep of liquidity on that. And we hadn't. So that's the thing with trading. It doesn't always need to be exact. Sure, RCT concepts are, some say, an exact science. But when you're dealing with low liquidity conditions like we are in crypto in general, especially in alts, but even so on the majors, these kind of moves can happen. But ultimately, the drawn liquidity for these relative highs on Ethereum was the reason why price moved up into this zone in the New York session. So it was to have taken out London and Asia high, and then straight back down to the London low, as well as that Sunday low. Let's just go back to that chart quickly. So the drawn liquidity did eventually get taken out, but not before some crazy manipulation. But nonetheless, this doesn't change the high time frame bias, or at least the weekly, right? We still expect these lows to get taken out, with Sunday's low being taken out as well as London. You could look for a retracement or consolidation. I think we will eventually get continuation to, at the very least, these levels, which is where I want to see Bitcoin sub 100K. This low, I would absolutely love for Ethereum not to take out. It can, no problem if it does. As you know, it's the monthly chart that is giving me the bias for Ethereum. So just to clean up this chart very quickly. For those who haven't seen my video from earlier this week, go check it out with the monthly unicorn. But basically, this is a massive breaker block that price has traded back into, as well as into that fair value gap. This is also the yearly open, where we had that mechanical bounce from the liquidation events. So from a weekly perspective, I just see this as a shadow with retrace from this bullish range. The fact that we are taking out this previous weekly low into that monthly fair value gap, I am bullish on that monthly. Right now, of course, we've got the weekly that is bearish, but just from a retracement perspective. So as I was saying, I would love to see this low get taken out, but this low stay intact. Ethereum would have then made a higher low to Bitcoin, which I would expect to happen given that the strength is going to be with Ethereum on that next move to the upside. Ethereum always outperforms Bitcoin in low interest rate environments, which is exactly what we have. And with the final phase of the liquidity cycle taking place with low interest rates, I expect the final push in crypto to be led by Ethereum. So time will tell. Let's see how far this can go. I'm looking for those low time frame sell-side liquidity targets to be taken. But with Bitcoin going sub 100K, anything can happen. And even from a monthly perspective, if we do manage to, say, close anywhere within this Wix range, great. If we start November taking out the previous monthly low, that could create a really, really bullish setup at these lows. So It's all about patience, not getting chopped up on the low time frames. The bias for me on the monthly is to the upside. This is just expansion met with the retracements. I look for continuation to the upside, especially given the fact that the CME chart on Ethereum, the high has not been taken out. So time will tell, but I'll be back tomorrow with another analysis. I'll chat to you guys then. Cheers.